Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol IGC. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, each one represents 30 minutes. So all this here may look like a few weeks worth of time. It's actually just the past few days broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame. I think it's a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Done this analysis several times, especially this past week. And as we head into the weekend, pretty somewhat of a tricky chart because there's perspective that goes into it. What do I mean by perspective? Well, if you're a day trader, flipper, or whatever you want to call yourself, and you bought somewhere around there, and you wanted to sell within 15 minutes after buying, then yeah, for you the chart's looking kind of rough. But if you care about the big picture of things, sure, from the highs there's been a pullback, but big picture perspective, the price still has plenty of opportunity to build an overall higher base. And as long as you have higher bases being built over longer periods of time, that's how long-term uptrends are constructed. So from that point of view, yeah, it's pulled back, but everything is still, perfectly okay, from the, grand scheme of things viewpoint. And I'll talk about that here in a second. But first, just the one update that does need to be done comes about from a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. And that's played out perfectly here. So for those of you that watched the video from a few days ago, talked about $1.90 as support. And like I said, as that rule states, when the price falls below it, it tends to act as resistance. And that's exactly what happened right there. So while I'm not saying that $1.90 can never be broken or anything like that, I'm just saying that it makes sense why the price did get rejected there, and that, if any sort of continuation is going to happen, that first key hurdle that now needs to be broken again is at $1.90. Now, taking a step back, and like I said, why I would still call the overall chart bullish, and let me just give a little bit more context by doing this. Let's say the price, I'm not saying this will happen at all, but let's say that the price actually pulls back even further. So it goes down here, breaks this level of support, and comes down to, we'll just say right there, $1.30-ish area. It goes sideways and then starts to work its way back upwards. Now, emphasis on big picture. What would you have even in a drastic situation like this? You'd have a set of lows here. You would have these set of lows here. You'd have those lows right there. You'd have these lows down there. If you picture each of these as stair steps, then big picture-wise, you'd still have stair steps progressing in the upwards direction. Again, I'm not saying the price is headed down there. My point is that that's why I try to specify that, I'm talking about things from a bigger picture point of view. I fully realize that, if you're a day trader and you bought right there, then yeah, you don't care about those big stair steps. But, from the grand scheme of it all, yeah, the price has pulled back the past couple of days, but, really stop and think about that. Couple of days, and as in like 2 to 3 days it's pulled back. When you're looking at multiple days, as we're doing here, you can see the price still has plenty of opportunity to build a higher base. So let's see if the bulls can get that job done or not. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.